Okay, it's chapter 4 of my Dead Space Remake Impossible Difficulty commentary walkthrough, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to get locked in a room that we can't escape from again.
I'm looking at the ADS cannons. They're a mess.
To be fair, it happens in the original in this room.
Not now.
The Ishimura Hammond or the marker?
Shit.
They found?
Don't worry. CEC knew all along about the marker, didn't you? Isn't that why you're really here? Corporate wouldn't send the Ishimura for some off-the-books mining. But alien technology, yeah, that fits.
And how does losing my team fit into this theory?
Hey, knock this shit off. We're into the debris field. We get the ADS back together, or it's over.
Then meet me at the captain's nest. Daniels?
Fine. But I'm going through the ship reports, man. I'm getting some answers.
Okay, and we're back again. The original game did a great job of hiding its loading, it really did.
Security clearance required.
There's the brute. And it's David Byrne and Talking Heads, ladies and gentlemen, same as it ever was in regards to taking on the brutes. Just pummel them in the back, shoot them with whatever you got. I think we'll be using the plasma cutter. And I might just throw a grenade at him as well from the pulse rifle, you know. Make sure to get that loot. Kinesis it towards you, because if you don't, it's going to get sucked out of the room along with everything else.
You okay? At least containment and life support are holding. So far.
Security request retrieved.
Security's coming! We've been boarded! I repeat, the ship has been boarded! We are under attack! They've killed most of the deck staff. Where the hell is Steve Vincent? We need security back up now! Guns are useless. What in God's name is that?
So very shortly we're going to get the level 3 suit. But it's more time for Hammond and Chen to get reacquainted with each other, ladies and gentlemen.
The one that attacked me. I managed to trap him in here. His face. I'm not seeing things, right? That's Chen.
You can't help him, Hammond. He's...
You're right.
Hammond, listen to what Adam Sandler is telling you. You can't help him.
Escape pod 47 launched.
I worked with him for years. Johnston, too. At least she was spared becoming a monster.
We're gonna fix this, Hammond. For them.
Yeah. Come on. The ADS cannons. I can hold this position for a while, if no more asteroids come through the roof.
Just a lot of downtime here, a lot of lower. Don't get me wrong, it's good on your first playthrough, of course. Oh, I think it's later in this chapter. There is a secret way you can get nodes. You can also hear a little song which was done by the devs of the game. Speak about that later on in this chapter when we get there. Get some free nodes, and you can also get something else. I think it's a secret text log.
Power from there. I'd need to rewire the junction boxes, but we get the ADS cannons back.
Good. Isaac, about what Daniel said. I don't know about any illegal mining or the marker. I swear, I'm just here for a repair mission.
Look, Hammond, I don't know you or Daniels well enough to judge, but CEC had to know about the marker.
The company maybe, but shit like that's above my pay grade. Look, we can get into it later. You'll need a way down to those junction boxes. You can turn the atrium elevators back on from security. You'll have full access. I found a CEC executive key card. I'll upgrade your clearance.
And you upgraded yours already?
Yeah, just in case. And Isaac? I heard something up there. Something big. Watch your back.
So this is the machine. It's pretty easy to miss this because it's obviously red, and red is the colour of something that's not activated in this game. There's no point in usually
Some areas may be inaccessible.
activating something that's red. Usually it's blue. So
Fire department rig
some people are going to possibly miss this.
security override at this console.
But as we can see, here are all the rigs. Having played this game a number of times, I can tell you that Benson's is in Chapter 10, Bailey's is in Chapter 8, Holt is in Chapter 6. There's another one that's in engineering. It's a little free door. We've already been there. But if you don't know where they are, it's a bit confusing, you know. There's Dallas. He's Chapter 7 in mining. Rousseau, yeah. White. Oh, I think either Holt or White. That's later this chapter when we're doing the ADS cannons. Well, here we have it. Here's the brute. The stasis, this motherfucker. We're going to pummel him in the back. It's kind of hard to know when you've actually killed them, but oh, we saw the node pop out there. Piece of shit. There we go.
Quarantine lifted. Atrium elevator online.
Let's see what we're doing with the upgrades. We've got 4 nodes, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a look at the flamethrower here. Damage, capacity. Good to get some extra capacity in that. Loving that shit. And applies damage over time to each shot. We're going to go for rate of fire. We'll probably upgrade that next time. Damage over time to each shot. Some good upgrades.
Level 3 security clearance required.
Looking okay at the moment. The good old inventory. At least it shows a little, like a little icon there to tell you which floor you're going on. The original game didn't do that, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much, game. Oh, and I think we're going to get the contact beam here. An emotional moment to be sure. We're in a couple of minutes, and we've also got the room where the bodies are hanging from the ceiling. And we've got some enhanced necros. And a few lurkers. Oh, and we've got the room where the electrical plating is there. It's no longer an instant kill. It just electrocutes you. It deals massive damage, but it doesn't kill you immediately. Sure, some people don't like the fact that it doesn't kill you straight away, but I'm not that bothered. But here it is. The contact beam. Ladies and gentlemen, it's freaking farcical. Honestly, you don't need to upgrade this thing that much, but I still do. The laser on the primary fire by default isn't incredibly powerful. Sometimes it can be a little hard to see where you're actually shooting because it's so fast, the laser. It's weird, but yeah, the alt fire, amazing as it ever was. And see what we're going to do here. We're going to use it straight away. Yeah, we are. There's the primary fire. These are enhanced necromorphs, obviously. Holy shit, please die. I don't know what I'm trying to grab there. But look at the flamethrower. Beautiful. It also makes the game brighter as well. Another reason to love the flamethrower. Melling the shit out of that for some reason. On the way back here, I'm not 100% sure, but I might just run out of the room. Even in the original game, I sometimes do that. As the infectors are reanimating the corpses, sometimes I find that it's just better to run past them. But not 100% sure I do. Guess we'll find out in a minute. But I feel I could take damage to one of these lurkers. Mainly when I take damage to lurkers in this game, it's because I hear them, but I don't bloody see them. And that's frustrating, and I feel like it might happen here in a moment. But yeah, the next time I play this game, I want to try and do a speedrun. Casual speedrun, you know, just for my own curiosity of seeing how quickly I can complete the game. I might just do it on normal difficulty and not hard. And then I want to do a no upgrade run as well. Here we go. This is exactly what I said. I can hear the lurker, but I can't see them. Boom. One plasma cutter after the alt fire of the contact beam, and they're dead. There's the wall fire. And the thing is with the wall fire, it's still damaging the lurker, as you can hear. And of course you can upgrade that to last longer. And when you do, it's pretty devastating. But look at that! Am I not wrong, ladies and gentlemen? Did you notice that the lurker moved to that direction? Because I certainly didn't. And that's what got me damaged there. And it doesn't really work like that in the original game. You know where they are, because the game's lighter. And the sound design is just... it's louder, and you can tell where the enemy is based on just the sound. I don't feel like you can in this game so much. What we're going to do here, are we running past them all? Oh, I had to stasis him. Yeah, we're running. We don't run past much. Oh, hey up. That corpse of the lurker's coming with us. We don't run past too much in this playthrough, but every so often it's just best to do so. Nearly halfway through chapter 4. Get the reloads in. And our inventory is full again. Feels bad, man. Spooky, scary screams. So you can get a bit obsessive with the saves. You've probably noticed that I save at around about 25% of the save stations. They're littered throughout the game. There's absolutely shitloads of them, but I don't do it for all of them. Just a decent proportion. As your first playthrough on Impossible, yeah, feel free to just save all the time. Now, as I can see, there are these little lanterns here in a circular shape. And basically there are 3 sets of a pattern, I should say, of melee and stomping. If you're doing it a certain way, you can either get 2 free power nodes, you can either get a secret text log, or you can either get a little song made from the devs, which is meant to be the crew of the USG Ishimura. I'm not going to do the last 2, I'm just going to get the 3 power nodes. Sorry, the 2 power nodes. There you go. And I like that. I like that. It's very old school. It's cool. It's a nice Easter egg. And have a look online if you're playing the game. Chapter 4, in that room. Just find out how to do the other 2 as well. For the silly song and the text log. I can't remember what the text log is about. Cool, nevertheless. Ooh, what's that? Free upgrade on the pulse rifle. Don't forget what I said at the start of the walkthrough, guys. I'm not hanging on to the pulse rifle for the second half of the game. But if you take that to the bench, you will still get a free power node. Thus, I think it's still worthwhile taking. And I like that they did that. There's another thing that I like about this game. It's like, oh, you might not want to use every weapon, but we're going to reward you for taking this back to the bench. Pretty cool. Ah, here we go. This is a cool room. I love this room. In the original, in this game, we've got another brute coming up as well, of course. This guy is always set to kill himself in the electricity. It's bide our time. No point running into it. We can't guarantee we won't be electrocuted. I don't know how much HP it'll take off you on hard and impossible, but it's probably going to hurt big time. As you'd expect. I'm happy to pepper that guy with the pulse rifle. But as you can see, yeah, we've not put any upgrades into it, but the pulse rifle isn't powerful. Turn around this corner, and I do believe we've got 2 lurkers, like we did in the original game. Firewall and a grenade. And I still don't think they're dead, you know, and I think one of them trolls me. But I know that there's also a slasher coming from the right. Yeah, he's behind me. There you go. Still not dead. Piece of shit. Alrighty then. Don't know what the world record is for a speedrun on this game. I used to be quite good in the original game. I got to such a stage though where it was just like, yeah, I think I've gotten as fast as I possibly can now. I don't want to get any faster. Oh shit, here we go. I think this one goes worse than the first. Let's have a look. Probably because I'm using the grenade or the pulse rifle. I'm not sure I'd recommend that. Especially when we've got the contact beam. Oh, there we go. Oh, he fires the spicy meatball at us here. I've never, in my playthroughs... Oh, no. I'm sure one of the brutes in this playthrough does that. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Fucking hell. Yeah, we dealt with him pretty well. But you know, when you kind of take one of the legs off, they're kind of wounded, and they're really slow. And there's like a projectile spicy meatball they throw out. I've never ever had that happen in the remake. I actually started to believe that they couldn't even do it at all. And then this playthrough, some stage in the playthrough, can't remember what chapter, it actually finally happens. I'm like, whoa, okay. Shit. So ladies and gentlemen, before we leave this area, don't forget to just go around this little corner, and there's 2 boxes here. You can get those whilst the electricity is on if you time it right, but there's no point. You may as well get it on the way back. Unless you're really desperate for the loot in that particular instance just before the brute. One in the loot before the brute. Oh, oh.
Isaac, I cracked the Ishimura's MedSci reports. They're a fucking horror show. These things mold any dead tissue into a new form. One kind infects corpses, and the rest...
Make more corpses to infect.
That organic shit on the walls, that's dead tissue too. The crew thought it was a habitat changer. Isaac,
Damn, son.
I think that's death spreading.
So, this is a strategy that I do in the original Dead Space, and I like to do it in the remake as well. As soon as we come out of the elevator, we're going to be attacked by a couple of leapers. I always like to run here, because they'll never get you, and then back yourself into a corner, and then shoot them, like this. Firewall, 1 plasma. Like, how good is the flamethrower? It's insane. Firewall, few plasma rounds, already dead. Like, you've seen me by now in this walkthrough use different weaponry to kill enemies. But my lord, after the firewall, don't think I've upgraded it, and it's only taking 1 plasma round there. I can't even get my head around that. I think the enemies in this game, I'm not 100% sure, but I do think that in the second half of the game they get a little tankier. That happens in the original as well. The enhanced slashers especially are tanky as fuck. but it's just because the aiming feels more precise, in my opinion, in the original, even despite the shoddy frame rate. And the fact that you get stuns as well, because you can knock the enemies back when you shoot them in the leg. Whereas in this game, the slashers just keep running at you. So we're going to put the pulse rifle upgrade in the storage for now, seemingly. We're looking good for loot. I always like to keep an oxygen tank in the storage as well. I don't know if we've got one right now. We're buying a little bit of ammo. That tends to happen in this game, ladies and gentlemen. I always just kind of top my ammunition up. Just a little bit. I never need to in Dead Space 1. Sometimes doing Dead Space 2. Because like I've said many, many times, people say Dead Space 2 is less of a survival horror game, but you actually get less ammo in the second game. So, in my opinion, I don't think that people are correct when they say that. But of course, I'm a Dead Space 2 fanboy, so I'm going to say that. As you can see as well, when we took it back to the store, you get these extra upgrades for the weapons. Take that to the bench, and you'll get the bigger upgrade path for those particular weapons. I think I might go back to the bench here to our left. Am I going to do that? Yep. I think. Maybe. We do come back here in Chapter 8. Oh no, we're moving on. I'll do that in Chapter 8. I just remember going to that bench where we killed the brute. I always feel, and I don't think this is the case, I should know when I'm doing a walkthrough, I feared it on my first playthrough, but I don't think... Surprise, motherfucker. I don't think the asteroids... There's a master override room. I don't think the asteroids can kill you. I don't think they can one-shot you. I get a pregnant and enhanced slasher here, so be careful. But yeah, I don't think the asteroid kills you. And I think I split the pregnant open. And if you look at that, I don't really see how that happened, but okay, game. Doesn't matter anyway, you know why? Because everyone's getting fucking burnt. I don't give a shit. Go around the corner. It's cowardly. We don't care. We just shat on them. Something that I do enjoy about this game, and every single Dead Space game is the same, the reload animations are satisfying. I've said this before, reloading in these kind of games should always be satisfying, and it really is. Probably because it's not conventional guns, they're tools for the environment.
No auto-targeting. The cannons are useless.
What about manual targeting?
You want to go out there with all that shit raining down and target the ADS cannons manually?
If I give the cannons enough targeting data, it'll recalibrate the system. You got a better idea?
Christ. I'll open exterior access. I hope you know what you're doing.
You see that, ladies and gentlemen? The loot is in front of the door. I can't open the door without moving the loot. That's frustrating. So I'm going to leave the conductor there, because we come back this way. And I've watched a few people play the remake, and you know, people have praised this next part with the asteroid, but the game doesn't actually properly tell you what to do, I don't think. Let's have a look. Stand by, Mr. Clark.
We're out of options. Do it.
Calibrate 3 cannons. So I think on my first playthrough, I mean, the footage of my first playthrough is on my YouTube, obviously. I think I tried shooting the asteroid manually. I was just tapping the A button, and I didn't know what I was doing exactly. So you've got the hull integrity as well. It does take a long time to deplete. And we've got these 3 little stations. You press the A button, you aim, and then you shoot. But the game doesn't exactly tell you to do this. It just shows A. So you think, well, do I aim and do it? Eventually, I've seen many people eventually realise that they need to do this, but not straight away. We did that really quickly. You can still tell I'm a little wary of the asteroids. But what I'm also wary about, and this, if I remember correctly, goes really badly. But what I would suggest to do is to fuck these lurkers off with the contact beam alt fire as soon as possible. I have done it before where I've dodged them So I'm strafing left and right while shooting these asteroids, while the lurkers are shooting the tentacle projectiles at me. Not exactly ideal, to say the least. I would just recommend trying to kill them. I think they spawn when you go for this third one, and I'm being a bit careful here because this is an annoying part, and you can't hear them, and you can barely frigging see them either. Can't see. Oh, there you go. But they're moving quickly here, and I think I might miss my shots. I might be wrong. But I remember this going badly. Flamethrower doesn't work in vacuums and 0G, I don't think. So, okay. I guess that's one bad thing about it. Yeah, here we go. This is a... Yeah. Yeah. This is not what you want. I said this earlier. You don't want to be flying and the lurkers moving all around you. It's not good at all. This is horrible. I was getting angry here. Waiting. He's priming to shoot me. I'm moving. That's a good dodge. But there we go. He's dead. And he's just fired at me again. We're losing oxygen here. I'm aware of that. I'm going back for more. Where is he now? I can't even see him. There he is. That is low-key one of the most frustrating little fights in the game, and all it is two lurkers. But I think it all stems from the fact that the tanky as fuck and the fast. Maybe stasis them. For some reason I wasn't stasising there. I probably would if there was one of them, but if you stasis one and just concentrate your fire on that particular lurker, the other one's probably going to hit you. But this is a fight which has gone better before, but in this particular playthrough it went shit. It's like I always say though, on my walkthroughs, this is warts and all, good gameplay and bad gameplay. When things go bad, I want to tell you why it went bad. That's important. There's the rig. Pick that up. And let's get the fuck out of here.
The ADS cannons are online ship-wide. Thank God. Engaging autopilot. Get yourself inside, Isaac. I think I've figured out our next move.
Hammond's talking, meanwhile Clarky Boy's just choking there. Jesus. Unbelievable. White's rig. If I remember correctly as well, Chapter 5 doesn't go too well, but Chapter 6, my least favourite chapter in the game, always was, even in the original game, I think that goes quite well, and that's a really long video.
I just intercepted a transmission from medical.
I'd say the three longest chapters in the game, Chapters 6, Chapter 7, and 10. I really like Chapter 7 in this game. I do in the original, but I think it's my favourite in the remake. There's a bit too much of the growth in this game for me.
I'm going back to medical.
They added a lot more of the growth into Chapter 10. And there's quite a lot of rooms where
Wonder if you know something we don't.
there's like a gaseous element and you're running out of oxygen. And the game just fills the screen completely green. Like the room is completely green. Look at this. Boom. Skeleton. Stasis. Now, I got hit there. It's the first time I've ever been hit. But the parts of the dividers, the Slenderman, and it's just fucking hard to shoot them. They're annoying, and I can't be bothered. So I just stasis the skull. I got hit. I tend not to get hit there. It's only one bit of damage though. I just think it's better. Who cares about shooting them? Move on, ladies and gentlemen. That's my advice to you. Like the guru. And what you gonna do when I step to you? Oh, and here we go. This is a random spawn. Really cool. But, as you can see, I'm not expecting this. And I think, fucking hell, I'm getting flamethrower on them. Piss off. Remember what I said? I think it was earlier in this chapter. Or maybe chapter 3. I think it was chapter 3. The ammo depletes a lot slower in the flamethrower than you think. You might be spraying it and you might be thinking, bloody hell, I'm using up a lot of ammo here, gotta be careful. You're not. You're not using up as much as you think. It's the same with the primary fire on the contact beam. So you can actually go to town. Pretty damn cool. But yeah, anyone who's played this game quite a few times, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's something else spawns there. I remember that happened and I was like, what was that? These random spawns are so cool. More games similar to this need to get this into the head. The devs do. People who want to replay your game will be very thankful of you adding these random spawns. There has to be a limit, obviously, to how many times they can catch you off guard and surprise you with different spawns from different areas, but yeah, it's cool. Morphos, I'll see you in Chapter 5. Thanks for watching.